Ever woken up after a night of alcohol binging telling yourself, I'm not gonna drink anymore? Well, you'll probably stick to that promise until the next time your friends ask you out. So why is it super duper difficult to do so? When you overindulge in alcohol, you become unusually happy and then you start doing all these embarrassing things that you probably can't remember. And well, not until your friends start posting photos and videos of you on Facebook and Twitter, at least. Wood went out to the streets and find out how people stopped saying that to themselves. And for those who are still figuring out, these are things that you probably do too. So check it out.
Now it depends. I'm now traveling, but normally when I don't travel in the weekend or with holidays, Christmas, Easter, but now during traveling also, but I think every week now.
When I go to parties, probably every weekend.
I think 2 or 3 times a week.
Probably about twice a week.
Overindulge or just have a couple of drinks?
Overindulge.
Oh, once a week.
Not often at all. Really special occasions.
Okay, 2 or 3 days per week.
Most weekends.
During traveling too much, and also when I was younger, like I drink so much that everything can throw out in the bar. That happens to me more time. I can't say no, but people like push and push and push, especially boys, and then I really like then the drink, and then I drink it, but I know where my boundary is when I have to stop.
My 18th, I got pretty drunk and yeah. I don't really remember how I got home, but I had lots of good friends around me that like saved me, so yeah. I had a few bruises, I don't know how I got them though, but yeah.
The last time was I think 4 weeks ago, it was in Europe, in Barcelona. Went there with friends and what happened? Nothing special actually, only I lost track, I think in the middle of the night. It's a strange city and I couldn't find my room again.
Saturday night. What happened? I was just at a mate's party. Everyone was drunk. It wasn't a serious thing.
There was a bad time, and we went bar hopping, and I ended up vomiting in the taxi.
Not since the end of last year. Nothing too terrible happened. I just woke up and I had that's enough really now.
George's birthday, friend's birthday maybe? I don't know.
Blacked out.
So you blacked out?
Nah, just got real drunk and we didn't black out or anything. Drunk, but still walking.
Had fun?
Yeah, had fun.
Probably like 2 weeks ago. I drank a lot with my friends and I passed out maybe. That's it, yeah. We got a bit excited. Couldn't stop drinking and partying, and yeah. When you go out and everyone is drinking, you feel a bit maybe uncomfortable if you don't drink, or probably a bit out of everything, because everyone's drunk after an hour, and if you're the only sober person, you can't really discuss with them, talk with them, etc. So just have a beer, have 2 beers, and if things get a bit, the party gets too good and etc. So you just continue drinking.
Been back in uni.
Good.
I've never really had a terrible experience. I suppose the worst that happened was I threw up.
There are 2 occasions that I get out the bar, but during my travels, sometimes it's so bad the next day, and then really I regret.
No, I didn't regret it because I just turned 18, so I had a good time, so yeah, it's good.
No, I didn't regret it, no.
I don't like vomiting. I've vomited a few times.
In public?
No, not really. Not like public like here. Just like maybe in front of 2 or 3 people.
Did you regret it?
Not really. I've seen a lot worse, like people like being drunk and stuff, to know that the stuff I've done when I'm drunk is not even a blip on like the radar.
No, I hardly ever regret it. It was just that one time.
No, you can't regret. It's your own conscious choice.
Did you wake up the next morning and tell yourself, I'm not going to drink anymore?
Yeah, a little bit. I don't get bad hangovers, but he does, so I'm fine, but always that bad feeling of waking up in the morning.
Yeah. So did you regret or?
No, I didn't.
I do every single time.
Not really, no. I try not to abuse it, so.
No.
It's better really to don't start, and when you start it's quite difficult to stop.
Probably just have good friends around you, make sure you're not going out with just randoms, like make sure that you have good friends around you to like help you out. Make sure they're not too psycho, because otherwise then you'll all be drunk and no one can look after you. And have a designated driver as well.
The most important thing is that they see it as fun. So 2 or 3 times a week is fine. But I don't think they have to drink it each day, or they shouldn't drink each day. So I can recommend them to drink only once or twice a week in order to get healthy, and so they shouldn't abuse it. That's the main thing I want to tell them.
Probably don't hang around with people that you know drink heavily. I think like that is probably the best thing you can do.
2012 is when we want another drink, we'll have a glass of water instead. I can't afford to go out drinking all the time anyway.
It's always that point, the next day when you're thinking back on your night, you know there's that point where you could have just not had that one last drink. So my New Year's resolution is to just not have that one last
Have a glass of water instead.
So you know when you get to that point where as soon as you question whether or not you should have the next drink or not, then the answer should be no. Have some juice, have some water, you're drunk enough.
Well, I don't drink often. I drink only special occasions. Don't drink too much.
Drink when you're 18.
Yeah.
How do you make sure you don't drink too much?
Control yourself. Have water in between. Feed.
Have a sober friend.
Yeah.
You should know your limits when you start drinking, so.
Just drink occasionally and don't push yourself too far.
What sort of advice would you give to people who want to drink more responsibly? What would you do?
No, I don't find it that difficult.
Okay, why was it not difficult for you then?
Because I'm a doctor and I know what it does to the human body. In the long term, I suppose, you know, for people with addictive personalities, they can become addicted to alcohol. It's one of the most addictive, or one of the substances most difficult to lose an addiction. Chronic use can lead to liver failure, and I've seen people die from liver failure, so I'm not inclined to be a heavy drinker. I think it's a bit difficult, I guess, for young people to think about the long-term consequences. But I guess in the short term, it affects your memory, it affects your performance in sports, it affects your performance in exams. And I know that when I drink even just a couple of glasses, I tend to be a little slower the next day. Think about the consequences.
So one of the main reasons why people don't stop drinking is due to peer pressure, which is all of mankind's weaknesses in pretty much every situation. And especially if you grew up in a rich drinking culture, you've got to work pretty hard to stop. So if you still want to drink some more, make sure you know your limits and stick to it, and drink just enough to have fun with your friends, and don't abuse it just because you think you need to be happier than you really are. And if you plan to get drunk that night, just make sure you are amongst people you trust to help you. And seriously, I mean, you really trust them. Think twice about that. Okay, so that's it for WWUD today. Whatever it is, love what you're doing, and I'll see you later.